Yo, what is up guys? Ali Nadem in the house, coming to you guys with a quick and tasty tutorial about using Fabfilter Saturn on your vocals. How to get that like distorted Kanye West effect. And there are a variety of ways of doing it using other VSTs. In this case, I'm using Fabfilter Saturn. So if you have Fabfilter Saturn and want to follow along, it's very easy. So Fabfilter Saturn is a saturating VST, very complex, multi-band, a lot of different material you can process this with. I've used it on bass, 808s, vocals, anything that you really want to saturate and increase the harmonic content, and even just for experimentation. Like yesterday I was trying to make this like a pod racer type of sound, and I was experimenting with the different modes, which we'll talk about in a moment. And you can get some really cool effects. So Fabfilter Saturn, if you're new to it, is great again for all types of material, and there are presets that are fantastic that can be used in mastering, in mixing. So let's just jump right into it. I'm going to show you the vocal from Qui-Gon Jinn. It's this vocal that says Evil Reminder, because when I recorded it, in my head I'm like, I want that like low pass, lo-fi, Kanye West type of sound. So I'll play it back so I can better explain. Here is the vocal without Fabfilter Saturn.
Qui-Gon Jinn, fuck taking with the Star Wars shit. Qui-Gon Jinn, Jar Jar Lax gotta represent. Qui-Gon Jinn, Anakin just a little bitch. Qui-Gon Jinn, fucked off Maul, he's a little bitch.
Okay, so sounds good. I've done a lot of processing. This took a lot of time. I'm not gonna go into the effects that I have already. I would recommend using Fabfilter Saturn on a vocal that you think is very pleasing to the ear. You got it kind of sweetened up and compressed and EQ'd and whatnot. Of course, with a bass or different situations, you might just slap it on first and try it out. So again, experiment and see what works with you, how you want it in the effects chain order. So let's turn on Fabfilter Saturn.
Qui-Gon Jinn, fuck taking with the Star Wars shit. Qui-Gon Jinn, Jar Jar Lax gotta represent. Qui-Gon Jinn, Anakin just a little bitch. Qui-Gon Jinn, fucked off Maul, he's a little bitch.
So you can see it gives it that grungy vocal, and I didn't really change too much. Let's just show you from right off the bat. So all I'm automating is the mix level cranks up from 0 to 100%. And in Fabfilter Saturn, if we go to the default, so from the default we have the modes that we can use. The style, is it going to be clean, is it going to be warm, is it going to be warm tape, and those effects will be very obvious. Let's play it back.
Qui-Gon Jinn, fuck taking with the Star Wars shit. Qui-Gon Jinn, Jar Jar Lax gotta represent. Qui-Gon Jinn, Anakin just a little bitch. Qui-Gon Jinn, fucked off Maul, he's a little bitch.
So if you want to make like that amp grungy type of vocal, again, running it through like distortion plugins, amp plugins, guitar amp plugins are great. I find that Fabfilter Saturn just kind of gives quick, great results that are pleasing to me. I really like the results that I get from Fabfilter Saturn. In this case, I'm using the crunchy amp, I believe.
Qui-Gon Jinn.
Just because it gave it that little air, and so I left it here. So crunchy amp, drive, experiment with the drive, because as you crank this up, it's going to distort it more and more, and you don't want to get too heavy.
Qui-Gon Jinn, fuck taking with Star Wars shit. Qui-Gon Jinn, Jar Jar Lax gotta represent. Qui-Gon Jinn, Anakin just a little bit.
So experiment with that. Usually values between like 15 to 30% are pretty solid. And I love the equalizer, because the equalizer lets me compensate for if Fabfilter Saturn made the sound too warm, which can happen, or if it made it too bright. This will give you kind of like a little parametric EQ. You can just adjust it on the fly. And I love it because it's just split up in 4 segments. Bass, mid, treble, and presence. And presence is kind of like the really highs that you hear. So be careful with presence. And just adjust it how you see fit. So in this case, if I was adjusting the EQ, this is what I would do.
Qui-Gon Jinn, fuck taking with the Star Wars shit. Qui-Gon Jinn, Jar Jar Lax gotta represent. Qui-Gon Jinn, Anakin just a little bitch. Qui-Gon Jinn, fucked off Maul, he's a little bitch.
So you can see I just adjusted them quickly, but you get the idea. Is that adjust the EQ? I like to adjust the EQ such that I can hear the effect, and then I'll either leave it there or maybe slightly higher. But again, it's just going to be to taste because there is no definitive answer. It's going to be depending on your content, what's the vibe you're going with, how bright is your vocal in regards to the instrumental, because keep in mind that too, we're playing it back with other stuff. There is also some other stuff to talk about in Fabfilter Saturn. If you're running vocals through this, I would probably suggest turning on the high quality button. This will turn it from 0 latency. It'll add some latency to your plugin. I believe it's about 8 samples. So keep that in mind, but it does provide a smoother and higher quality distortion effect. I noticed when I switched it on my vocal, it was evident. Other than that, keep in mind that if you're adjusting it on your vocals, you might have to compensate for some gain. So I love how Fabfilter Saturn has your input, output, and mix percentage. So keep that in mind. You can do that. This is the global mix, and then also there's the mix of this band, this distortion.
Fuck take King with the Star Wars shit. Qui-Gon Jinn, Qui-Gon Jinn. Jar Jar Lax gotta represent. Qui-Gon Jinn, Qui-Gon Jinn. Anakin just little bitch. Qui-Gon Jinn.
So that's really it, guys. Check out Fabfilter Saturn. If you do have it, slap it on your vocals and try out anything below, like smooth amp, crunchy amp, lead amp. These amp effects just really produce a sick result that I love, and I've been using it every now and then. Not all the time. I've actually been using this plugin less than the other ones, especially for the sake of saturation. But I find that if I need inspiration, if I want to go for a certain sound, I'm like, I need that, you know, I need this crunchy amp, I need this kind of amp, I want to really destroy something. Try it out because you can get some cool results. Check out these, the Destroy. So these can put a huge effect.
Qui-Gon Jinn, Qui-Gon Jinn. Qui-Gon Jinn, Qui-Gon Jinn. Qui-Gon Jinn, Qui-Gon Jinn. Anakin just little bitch.
What the hell? It sounds like Alien. You know, like I might use that next time. Some rectify action. So if you're trying to really decimate stuff, get inspirations, and try out new things on your vocals, try out Fabfilter Saturn. Hope you guys like this video. If you guys use Fabfilter Saturn or you use it in different ways, let me know. I'm always curious to try out new things for sound design. New track is dropping soon. Calo Nord action. That's all I'm gonna say. And excited to release that. New electro coming as well, but first it's gonna be the trap song. Some trap, some electro. Anyways, guys, drop a like, leave a comment. More videos coming. Stay subscribed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.